Okay guys, so here we're gonna get the K24 engine inside. So here what I'm gonna do is I got the car as jacked up as high as I can. We did measure it, so it's very close, and in order for me to get this to squeeze under, I'm gonna take off this cover and these bolts because that will interfere. Probably gonna take these off too because I want as much room as I can get towards the top. Okay, I'm about to take off this mount so I don't scratch my new paint job. Okay, next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to lower this slowly. Okay, I have it to where it's on two jack stands. So I want to lower it evenly on both sides. Okay. So I want to see where I'm going to line up with this mount first, and I want to check my clearances back here and where the transaxle is at also. So I want to make sure my clearance are good. So with the K24, you want to make sure to have hood clearance. You want to be on the bottom hole. Okay, so next is transaxle mount. Okay, for the transaxle side, the K20, it's normally facing this way, but since I'm doing the K24 and the engine's going to sit lower so it can clear the hood, I want to flip it this way. Wanted to mention, my buddy Gary gave me some advice. To get this mount in, what's going to help is to get some PB Blaster. I struggle with this, but use some PB Blaster on the urethane and then just use a rubber mallet to just tap it in. All right, with the rear transmission bracket on the K24, you are going to be using the top hole. So this bolt is going to go through the top of the bracket hole. Okay, with this rear mount, I had to do a lot of, you kind of have to do a lot of adjustments, like bring up the car, bring down the car to get these bolts to line up. But I was able to get this bolt in, and I got this side one up here in already, right here. And so I got, this is the other one I just got in. So, okay, once I know I got it in by hand, now we just got to get this one back here in. So let me move the camera so you guys can see it. Okay, so the last two bolts is this bolt and that bolt that goes right here. And I still got to do adjustments to get that to work. Okay, to get these mounts in, the rear mount becomes kind of an issue. But I know in the instructions it does say leave the bolts loose. So I loosened up these two bolts just a little bit. And then I loosened up these bolts here. I still need to find one for here. And then back here, so this bolt right here, leave this bolt loosened. Leave that, well, this one was already loose because, you know, you actually have to use a wrench to get that in. You can't fit a socket. It's really tough spot to get in. And then I was able to get that bolt in. And the motor will shift just a tad when you loosen up these bolts. So that's the key to get that bolt in. Okay, this bolt, I'm gonna torque it down to 43 foot-pounds of torque. These are the M12 bolts, which is the 19 millimeter. So I got 43 on my torque wrench. Forty-three. So next bolt I'm gonna torque down is the bolt that goes through the mount to this bracket. So I'm gonna use a 19 millimeter on this end and a torque wrench on this end, and I'm gonna torque it down to 43. Okay, I'm having a tough time getting in here with the torque wrench by itself. A buddy of mine, Arnold, explained to me the longer the extension is, the less of a torque it will be. So you got to keep that in consideration. Okay, the bolt that goes here into the side mount, that one will also be 43. Okay, with this hex bolt and the lock nuts on the bottom, I'm torquing them down to 33 foot-pounds. And this is going to be tricky because the bolts are underneath here and this isn't really easy to get to. Okay, for the rear bracket bolts, these are going to be 43 as well. 19 millimeter bolts, M12s. After getting the K24 in and mounting it to the lowest position so that way it will clear the hood, we're about about 3.5 inches off the ground.